Dropbear and Panda. Welcome to
episode 33
of Dropbear and Panda.
Save the world.
Yay.
What has not happened this week?
So many crazy things have happened.
What has not happened?
What has not happened? Trump has not been impeached.
Nope.
It's really
You know why you can't answer?
Why?
Because so much has happened.
Oh, that is so true.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, some weird things happened. Oh, you know what I did this week?
What?
You will notice in front of you is a swinging arm of destiny for your podcast microphone.
Yes, because right now I'm near and far. Near and far.
Right? Aren't they cool?
I don't know if I'm actually putting this back in the right place, so
well.
I might have just ruined our whole podcast experience.
Damn it, Panda!
I know.
Yeah, and I got them at Long and McQuade.
I love Long and McQuade.
Yeah, they're great. And actually, they're pretty inexpensive. You know, for the things.
They look great. We've got them clamped on to various tables.
Yep, it's great. We can like move them in, move them out.
Yep, and
I also got a brand new microphone that we'll be playing with next time because I'm waiting for the second one to come in.
So how many microphones do we actually have now?
Well, we've got two SM58s. That's the little one over by OK Google.
Say hello.
Oh, hello there. How can I help?
That's it. Good job, Google. So we've got a little SM58, which is a famous microphone from rock and roll bands. You can literally drop it in beer, pull it out, and still use it.
They probably figured that out because it's been dropped in a lot of beer.
Yeah. And then we've got these NT1As, that condenser microphones that we're currently using. And I got some new Shure SM7B, which is like a super amazing microphone.
See, every time I hear of XT732Ls, I think of the T1000s and Terminators. and machines that are going to come destroy our planet. So
yeah.
So
hopefully that doesn't happen, but
you never know.
I am waiting to pick up the second microphone and two cloud lifters.
Cloud lifters?
Yeah. That's what we're going to get.
Good thing you're the brains behind this whole operation, because
yeah, and it's all running through an Akai EIE Pro.
EIEIO?
EIE Pro.
I would show up to Long and McQuade. I'd be like, hello, I would like an MNLOP, please. And a Q63L70
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
to go with my L7.
Boy, man, you'd spend a lot of money.
They'll be like, my God, are those come in? And I'll be like, yes.
I want them all.
Idiot.
So that's the studio setup currently. So we've got two NT1As. We've got two SM58s. We are going to have two SM7Bs. We've got these cool little arms, which is dope. And it's all running through a Mac. And
sounds like we're on Sesame Street.
and through Adobe Audition. So there's our setup, people. If you want to know how we do this, how we make the podcast magic. That's it. That's how we do it.
I'm pretty.
Yes, you are.
I'm going to get letters. That's just bad all on its own.
Yeah, but lots of stuff has happened. One of the weirdest things. So I've decided to start buying newspapers, not actual newspapers, but buying, like, supporting the news online.
Yes.
Because I think that that's important, that we start having actual journalists. I mean, being experiential journalists is fine. That's great for us. But it's really nice when people are actually out there, you know, breaking stories and bringing actual news.
Yeah, and I think for the last while, and it's funny, so there are people that I know who have said that they just don't want to deal with the news. And it's been like that for years, you know, and I used to tell them, but if you don't know what's going on, how do you know what's going on, right? Like, I know that we're not going to really know the real truth of anything until we're 75, 80 years old, right? I mean, there's stuff that we're learning from World War I, World War II now, because I've got books that were actually written in 1919 that are, you read now and you're like, this never happened. This is bullshit.
Or that was the truth, and because, you know, we won,
I'd like to
truth
think
was rewritten.
I'd like to think that Kaiser Wilhelm did not actually eat babies, but, you know, hey, maybe he did. But victory is written by the victors, or the books are written by the victors, right? But I'd also like to think that I'm fairly well. I'm fairly smart in the ways of the world.
Human
However,
babies?
The book says human.
Okay.
But
I was going to say, because you could always twist that news. You maybe just had some veal for lunch.
oh, I love veal, which makes me sad now. But I also ignorance is bliss as well, and I get that too. The world is not a great place, and I like also not knowing stuff.
Right.
But media has gotten a bit of a bad rap for reporting on things without knowing whether it's true or not,
Well, and you don't have any time as a reporter. So I was talking with my friend McLean Kay out on Vancouver Island.
He's got the best name ever.
Right. And he was saying something very similar, that it's really difficult from a reporting standpoint when you're in a scrum or whatever. You've got to, post to Twitter. You got to post to this. You got to update your thing with this latest thing that somebody said without really knowing the full story yet. So you've got to release the story before the story's done. And it's just a weird place that we're in. So I chose to pay for the New York Times, the Globe and Mail, and the Sprawl, because it's a local pop-up journalist here in Calgary, which is really cool. And I also get in my inbox a newsletter from The Hustle.
The Hustle and the Sprawl.
Yeah, and so one of the things from The Hustle this week is fur trading is back.
So on one hand, I wanted to say, what? And on the other hand, I'm like, did it ever go? And I have this vision of some grizzly old man being like a fur trapper for the Hudson Bay Company back in 1690s.
Selling his beaver pelts to the haberdashery back in...
Exactly, with his snowshoes. And I don't know why I suddenly have this accent, because this is not what his accent would have been.
No,
his name would have been...
Jacques.
Yeah, his name would have been Henri, and I'm done.
Yeah,
cool.
That was good. Yeah. Anyway, so apparently it's coyote pelts are worth 40% more over the last 4 years. It's gone up.
Is it because this winter? Well, I was going to say 4 years, because this winter has been awful. Like, awful.
Yeah, coyotes seem warm. Well, you grab their hair.
Grab their hair. Why do we call it fur instead of hair?
Yeah, I don't know, because it's a coyote hair coat would be weird.
Yeah, I guess so.
Coyote hair-lined hood. And that's the thing. That's where a lot of this is coming from. This Canada Goose. Is that the name of the company?
I think so.
The little Canada Goose army jackets that they've got.
Coyotes, hey?
Yeah, they're using coyote pelts.
Or is it coyote or coyote?
Coyote.
Coyote.
Yeah, so that's a thing. And apparently they're going to go global now. Canada Goose will become a global brand, not just a Canada brand. So that's bad news for coyotes.
I am not a fan of real fur.
No.
Or hair. Or toupees for that matter. But I am not someone who wears fur. Yeah, I don't like it. If I do have any hair-lined jackets, that's a whole other thing. It's fake. I do eat meat. Mm-hmm. I like this is where ignorance comes in. I like not knowing where my meat comes from.
You like your steak on a styrofoam package.
Yeah. My ex-husband did hunt, and he always would promise me that the animal died a quick death.
Yeah.
And I don't like hearing about...
It's way nicer to hunt an animal than to farm it.
I know, but if I do buy eggs, they're free run, and I do try to buy from farms that have the humane stamp on them, but I will not buy fur.
No. I, however, have become quite adept at skinning animals in Red Dead Redemption.
Oh.
Which I am now 70% complete.
Put your finger in the anus of the rabbit and just pull in one go. Oh my God.
That's amazing. Anyway, so yeah, that's my experience. so far. You know what's funny is that I was actually kind of squeamish about hunting and killing stuff and skinning things when I first started playing the game.
I do feel pretty guilty about it.
I still feel pretty guilty, but I'm okay with it now. I'm just like, I gotta eat. If my dead eye is like, my core is down, I need some good food.
I still have a problem with that one scene where you meet up with this mysterious stranger and she's gonna starve to death, so you teach her how to hunt, and it literally she like puts her hand in this rabbit's butthole and then she pulls it, and then these two wolves come and you have to save her from the wolves, and for her to escape she basically runs
right at them
through the two wolves to escape, and it's the dumbest thing
and
I've
then
ever
we
seen.
never see her again.
Yeah, where does she go?
I don't know, because we went up to the house. We're like, wait.
Yeah, and then it just poured rain. She never
and then
let you
Scaredy
back
Pants
inside.
just sat there.
It's an odd game. So it's winning all these awards, and it's
As well, it
received
should.
all these like perfect scores. I wouldn't say it's a perfect game,
That's pretty damn
but
good,
it's
though.
probably the most perfect of a game I've seen. But I wouldn't say it's perfect.
Yeah, I'm having a great time with it. What do you think is imperfect?
See, the problem with something being perfect is it means that there is absolutely no room for improvement.
Yeah, that's fair.
And where on one hand, I can't think at the moment where it could be improved. Well, I heard that you can't get back into Belize or Cuba, which I think is
That's too bad.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think that could definitely, there could be room for improvement.
Maybe there's
there.
a hack or like a, what do they call it? A DLC, downloadable
And maybe
content?
they'll come up with that later. So I think that's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, because I wouldn't mind going to explore that place more.
And there could be somebody who's listening to this podcast when it comes out and they're like, yeah, you totally can.
Yeah, just grab the canoe and
And I did see a video on YouTube where it's like, if you on a full moon in real life, if you click your heels 3 times and you turn your stick 3 times to the left and do this and have this particular horse and you do all these things, then you can get back to Cuba. But, and they've made
I marvel at the way your brain works.
It's not working very well right now. I've started on my Topamax again for my migraines, and it does it. I have entered the dumb phase,
Oh, baby.
so I can't get words out very well. So this,
You're doing great. I will try not to interrupt you anymore.
I will lose my train of thought easily, ladies and gentlemen. So see, now I'm tripping out.
Topamax is not one of our sponsors, but they certainly could be.
To Pyramid or Topamax, I can't remember which is the brand name and which is the drug name, but for higher doses it's for epilepsy. For lower doses they found it's good for migraine sufferers. But one of the side effects it gives me anyway is it gives me the dumb.
And laser fingers.
And laser fingers, which I have received occasionally. Other side effects have not hit me yet that I have had before. I stopped taking it for a while, but this winter my migraines were out of control. So
Yeah.
I have started it again. Whether we edit this part out or not, I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's charming.
But thank you. My train of thought gets pulled in all directions, and I can't think of words as well as I usually can. So
Speaking
whatever we were talking about, I guess we're done now.
Well, speaking of medical stuff. So another thing that I learned from
Happens to every man. Perfect.
Yeah, also from The Hustle, they were giving me breaking news that there are fake reviews on Amazon.
For what?
All sorts of stuff. People can actually buy fake verified reviews so that if you go to buy something and you check it out to make sure it's legit, chances are that 1 or 2 or maybe all of those reviews are fake.
What?
As evidenced by the fact that Amazon's going after these guys. And they've basically got a complaint. They're seeking a $12 million settlement from Cure Encapsulations, which is basically like a snake oil company. Don't sue me, Cure Encapsulations, because I don't know. But essentially, they basically bought a fuck ton of fake reviews. And their product, which is some sort of herb from some faraway land, is supposed to help with weight loss. And in fact, in some cases causes acute liver failure.
Huh.
Oops.
So a lot of medications will have a lot of side effects.
Right.
if they say in 1% could cause liver failure, and it's not bad enough for Canada Health or
To worry
US
about it,
Health
yeah.
to worry about it, they'll still let the drug go.
Yeah.
If they don't let anybody know about it, then that's a huge problem, right?
Yeah. Well, it's not a drug per se. It's one of these natural remedies.
So like lavender and turmeric
Right. You know,
capsules with
a jojoba plant
jojoba
that was
or something.
Yeah, that was harvested under a full moon.
Yeah.
It's anyways one of those things. And I thought it was an
Interesting.
interesting story because we do put a lot of faith in those things, right? Like you see a review and you're like, oh, okay, cool. So somebody else bought it and they had a good experience. And I tend not to pay attention to the comments, but the ones where it says verified review, like you give that some credibility.
Well, and weight loss is there's a huge market for people who want weight loss, right?
Yeah.
I mean, for whatever reason, there's a lot of desperate people out there for weight loss, whether they need it or not, whether it's medically necessary or not. That's who these people prey on,
Yeah.
right? It's not like they're probably putting these out for people who just want redder shade of hair. Or something, you know what I mean? Like
may cause spontaneous loss of hair.
well, it's just, or people who just want like darker eyelashes, right? It's like weight loss is a huge thing
Sure,
for
it's
people.
a gigantic industry. I struggle to understand how big that industry is. It's probably like in the trillions.
Oh,
right?
it's massive, right? I mean, you can
Just
go to a drugstore or a food store and buy stuff that will, put you down the last 5 pounds so you can get into that tuxedo or that dress for the wedding
Right.
that you've been invited to or whatever. And all it does is give you really, honestly, I think, and I'm not going to give you any brand names, but I think it just gives you really bad diarrhea
Right.
for 4 days. So you lose all this water weight so you can fit in that dress and it'll just come back. But it's FDA approved,
It's frightening.
but it works. But
Right.
that's what it does. So you hate your life for 4 days, but damn it if you don't fit into that dress.
Man, well, you know what? Way back in the day when I was involved in jiu-jitsu stuff, we had fighters that would fight in mixed martial arts competitions. And man, the stuff they did to cut weight. So you got to get down to a certain weight. You got to hit your weight class.
People die.
Oh yeah.
Doing this.
Yeah, like go into renal failure and all sorts of shit. They wear like plastic bags. They basically have to get into the worst shape of their life the day before, like the night before their fight. So they get weighed and they get into that weight class. And then as soon as they're weighed, then they're back replenishing all the fluids and eating all the pasta, getting carved up, ready for the next day. So they basically, like, the shit they do to their body is crazy.
How is that legal though? Like, why don't you just
It's just the way it is.
stay in a different weight class? And
Because there's advantage. Because if you're like a 200-pound dude normally walking around and you can cut down to 185 for your fight, and then you're in the 185 class, and then by the time you fight,
by the time you fight, you're back to 200.
yeah. Or I don't know if that swing is that big.
Well,
but
no, but I
I just used Dropbear numbers.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's nuts, and it's and watching these guys go through it, and I mean it's part of the process. It seems to be sort of a badge of honor for some of these guys how much weight they can cut.
God, that's awful.
But just seeing them
Yeah.
like do the weigh in the night before they fight, like they've literally got 24 hours to replenish.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
yeah.
And here I'm complaining about like having to do yoga every day. I'm like, what do you mean that
I got to lose 25 pounds in 6 months.
6 months? What do you mean I have to do it in a day? Oh gosh,
Yeah, it's
just
ridiculous.
no.
Yeah.
I can't. No,
Yeah.
no thanks.
Yep. Yeah. So there you go. Speaking of weight loss,
We're not doing well on that front right now.
I was going to go over to Trump and Kim Jong-un.
There's like 450 pounds we could just lose.
Right?
Just
Yep.
put them on a
you
ice
later.
flow.
Yep. It's time. It's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened this week, which was I don't know. Apparently, it was a really good, productive meeting, but they walked away from the talks because Kim wanted to, have sanctions lifted. Trump said,
Who wouldn't though?
right, and Trump is like, nope.
Which, okay, who expected it to go well?
It's hard to say. I think you're always hoping that the person that you put in the White House is apparently a brilliant negotiator, you know. But maybe that's part of the negotiation. We don't know.
Who expected it to go well? I didn't ask who hoped for it to go well.
Okay.
I asked who expected it to go well.
I don't know.
Crickets.
Bueller.
My point exactly.
Yep.
I think that's really all we need.
Hey, okay, Google, what's Trump's net worth?
The net worth of Donald Trump is $3,100,000,000.
3 billion.
3 billion, trillion, bazillion, gazillion, dillion.
Wow. That's a lot of money.
I want to say that I saw in somewhere today, and I don't know why, that if you take $1 million versus $1 billion and turn it into like days, $1 million is 11 days. $1 billion is 36 years.
What? Wow.
That's the difference between one versus the other.
We might have to fact check that, but that's
Something
that's
like,
incredible.
again, Panda math.
Yeah.
But it's something along, like, that's how much of a fucking difference that is.
Wow.
I don't have either of those dollars.
So I would be fine with $1 million.
Yes, but you know what? If you spend 1 cent of that, you are no longer a millionaire.
Yeah, but I'd wait until I had interest accrued.
Nobody has interest, though, in you.
Oh, what? That was harsh. What the hell?
I was trying to make a funny joke, but it came out a little harsher than
That was a little
But nobody has interest. No.
little daggery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how you can spin that one.
I think we should just take that out. No, you're probably going to leave it in.
I'm totally going to leave it in.
Oh, everyone's going to be like, Panda's a jerk.
Oh, jerk Panda. And I was just about to order us food from DoorDash.
DoorDash.
That's right, because it's lunchtime.
And it's also minus 24 degrees outside Celsius.
Oh,
and
that's hateful.
I had a shower this morning and just put on other pajamas.
You know what I need is Dropbear slippers.
I have lost one of my koala slippers. No, they're not koalas.
No, they're pandas.
raccoons.
Oh, raccoons. Raccoons.
We're starting to confuse our animal slippers. That's really sad.
Yeah, trash panda.
It's true.
Yeah.
They're trash pandas.
Yeah, so I thought what I'd do is I would order some lunch from DoorDash, through DoorDash, from one of my favorite Vietnamese restaurants, Houz.
Yep.
Cut it out.
Don't ever do that again.
Okay, it's happening. What are you doing?
I don't know. Somebody's just scaring somebody.
Okay, so I DoorDashed,
Yes.
ordered some Vietnamese food.
Yum.
We had some vermicelli,
Yeah.
spring rolls,
Yep.
salad rolls.
Yum.
Totally forgot to ask for chopsticks. It's a good thing we had a lot.
We have like 800 chopsticks.
Yeah. I don't think they use chopsticks in Vietnam. I think I was told that once. It's mostly just spoon. Spoon and forks. Anyway, so that's happening. So DoorDash is I kind of like them. I do like Skip the Dishes a little bit better just because I can see the food. You can see pictures of the food.
Yes.
DoorDash is not quite like that.
DoorDash, though, not as many people use DoorDash, which is why I also like them because they're not as busy.
Oh, smart.
Yeah.
And
So
their fees seem to be pretty reasonable too.
Yeah, they so a couple weekends ago we had another huge cold snap.
Yeah.
And everybody was using Skip the Dishes, and Skip the Dishes actually shut down for a while.
Yeah.
DoorDash was still open.
Yeah.
So I was like, DoorDash it up.
I wonder how many drivers like double dip, like do all the things.
I don't know.
Like Uber, DoorDash, and Skip the Dishes.
I don't know.
I was thinking, and I haven't done any math around this, but I thought, what if, like, I rented a car to go, and I was an Uber driver in a Mercedes? Would it be Could I make money doing that?
I don't know if you would be allowed to be an Uber driver without your own vehicle.
Oh, that's probably true.
So I just ruined your
loophole.
I just dashed your dreams right there.
Dream dasher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got loopholed.
Yes. Yes, you did.
You loopholed me.
I did. You're welcome.
Well done. Speaking of loopholes, Johnny Depp is apparently suing his ex-wife.
Yeah.
For $50 million in a defamation lawsuit.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. And apparently there's like new video footage and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, this is an interesting case because I didn't know much about this when it came out a couple years ago either.
Yeah.
So here is the pickle. She came out and said, I think, that Johnny Depp beat her up.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's right. She had a black eye or whatever.
Yeah, and she came out with photo evidence of this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't recall whether she went to the police first or not. And this is the problem with the press.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the police first. The police need to take care of their shit first.
Right.
Don't go to the media first.
Right.
Now, the reason why women say believe the victim is because women will go to their friends
right.
and say, this is what happened to me, and the friends don't believe them.
Right.
We want friends to believe the victim. If they go to the media first, that's weird. If the victim goes to the police, we want the police to believe the victim because we want the police to at least appropriately deal with the situation. We don't want the police to say, well, did you close your legs? Which has happened. Yeah. We've had police give them the runaround. We've had the police say, no, he's a shining light in our community. Of course he didn't do it. Right? We want the police to do their fucking job.
Right.
We know that it's innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. We know that the lawyers have to do their jobs. We're very aware of this. But the reason why a lot of women and men who have been assaulted don't go to the police is because their friends don't believe them.
Right.
This is where we say we believe you.
Right.
We're not stupid. We know that there's other stuff.
Right.
So when someone comes out with photos of their face being torn up and saying this person assaulted us,
right,
there's a part of us who's like, we want to believe you because it could have been any one of us and we support you.
Right.
And I don't think any of us are torn up or not torn up over something like that, right? So when a lawsuit comes out on the other side, we start to wonder, well, where was the police in this? Did she do this wrong? Did she go to the media first? Did she just post stuff on Instagram first and then go to the police? Did she ever go to the police? What's going on? And then we start wondering, sort of like this gentleman from last week we mentioned, from Empire.
That's right.
Where did this all go?
Yeah.
So now do we go, well, do we believe Johnny Depp because he's now saying he's the victim of a defamation suit? So where... And then is it our business at all?
Right. Well, so just
don't name names and just let people deal with their shit?
Yeah. I mean, okay, so... Yeah. So my thought on that was, I wonder if maybe was he being investigated for assault? And did that investigation end, or was she suing him? Or at what point, why did he decide now is the time to do the lawsuit?
I don't even know.
Yeah. So that's just one thing that sort of popped into my head. Hey, okay, Google, what's Johnny Depp's net worth?
On the website yahoo.com, they say, in May 2016, Depp's net worth was estimated at $400 million, according to Celebrity Net Worth. Do you want a little more context?
No, thanks.
No problem.
Wow.
So then I'm wondering, is it our business what Johnny Depp's net worth is?
Right. Well, and so it's kind of weird that I can just reach out into the world and ask some, what I think are pretty personal questions.
Right?
Okay, Google, what's Johnny Depp's waist size?
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that.
So that's better.
Okay, Google, What is Cindy Crawford's waist size?
On the website skinnyvscurvy.com, they say, Cindy Crawford, I'm 5'9.5" and 135 or 140 pounds. On how much she weighs. I'm still 5'9.5" and I weigh between 135 and 140 pounds.
Wasn't what you asked, but very telling, isn't it?
Well, she's also a model.
No, that's true.
She has to fit into the clothes that they make for her.
Yeah.
However...
It's pretty invasive.
Name an actress.
Judi Dench.
Okay, Google, what does Judi Dench weigh?
Sorry, I can't help with that yet.
Okay. So, yeah. So, I understand if models have to be a certain size because... and same with actors and actresses to a point, right? Like, I know that when I go out and I get fitted for something, for a show, I have to make sure that I still fit in it 3 months later because they did a fitting for me 3 months ago, right?
Yeah.
But... So I don't know whether that actually proved a point or not. It was just the first... For some reason, it's the first thing that came into my mind, and I have not thought of Cindy Crawford for... probably a decade, so that was kind of weird. But
it's 5'9.5", like that. I'm 5'9.5", and like I can imagine weighing 135 pounds. I looked sickly when I was that weight.
I
don't think I weighed that much. I think I was like 22 last time I weighed that little.
Yeah.
But anyway,
it's and this is where, the people who say, well, she's lying because why would she go to the press first? Why wouldn't she go to the police first,
Yeah, well, and he's saying it's because, she was trying to further her career and, get noticed and blah, blah, blah.
And again, the bad news is still news, right?
Absolutely.
Oh.
There's a snowblower guy who is the bane of our existence here at Kensington Studio.
We used to go through... I can't right now. I'm assuming that everyone can hear this.
Yeah.
We used to go through construction next door, and now we're going through this snowblower dude.
Yeah, he loves his snowblower.
I hate him so much. I hate him. I'm sure he's a very nice man.
Right. You hate his snowblower.
He's gone from at least snowblowing at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Right, to waiting until, afternoon.
There was a gentleman who was going down the street snowblowing, and it was at 9:50 at night on some random Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I know he can do it till 10 o'clock at night, technically, but
I
I don't care. It's 9:50 at night.
Yeah, you went out to have words.
I went to at least see if it was the dude from next door, but he was 2 doors down. And it was minus 24, and I'm like, I'm not going to go out.
Yeah. So anyway, snowblower guy.
Do we want to go any further with that comment or conversation? Because I'm not sure.
No.
It's just the world is a weird place, and here's my last note on that.
Yeah.
There's stuff that's nobody's business. The world's a shitty place. Women and men need to report their assaults. Women and men need to stop assaulting people. Police need to do their job. And media need to report on stuff accurately and truthfully and stop leaning to the left or to the right.
If you're a news source. Do you remember when there used to be actual reporters and you'd read news and then like there would be one page that would be op-ed, like your opinion editorial?
It would be an actually opinion piece, but now I can't tell.
Everything is an opinion piece. And if if I remember correctly, Fox News tried to come into Canada like years ago. But they weren't allowed because they were purporting themselves to be news, and the CRTC said, nope, you're entertainment, you're not news, you're not allowed. It crosses a line. Just like that. But during all this time, the lines are getting blurred and everything is an opinion piece. And
it used to be that, that the satire was Jon Stewart.
Right.
And you could tell.
Oh, yeah, but he became actually my news source. Yeah,
he was like, we were going to give you a little blurb of news and then make fun of it and make shit up. But there was still this tiny bit of news.
Yeah.
And
I miss Jon Stewart.
Yeah, and now and that's where the whole fake news thing sort of started.
Yeah.
and it just blew up from there. But everyone knew that he was,
was satire.
a little, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, Mercer just received an award.
Good.
Yeah.
As he should.
I'm going to tell you.
Okay, Google, who is Rick Mercer?
According to Wikipedia, Richard Vincent Mercer is a Canadian comedian, television personality, political satirist, and author.
Satirist makes me think of those weird animals with cloven hooves, to be honest.
Right. Oh, so Rick Mercer wins the Governor General's Award for Lifetime Achievement.
I love him.
Yeah, he's kick-ass. Way to go, Rick.
Because I'm sure you're listening right now, too.
Of course he is. This is his favorite podcast, probably.
I like how you put probably at the end of that, because
Right.
we don't want to be...
That'll be a great quote for the
We'll
art.
put that up there for sure. We're going to hopefully not end on this news story, but again, the Catholic Church,
Oh, man.
it just...
Yeah. Well, so let's keep it this way. Fortunately, okay, so two things. So George Pell, who is the treasurer of the Catholic Church, the Vatican, I think, the Vatican treasurer, he was found guilty of sexual assault against children. But the weird thing is that they held the trial in secrecy. So nobody knew this was going on until the end of it, which is weird to me. We talked about, doing things the right way. Why was it in secrecy? Like, it's weird to me.
I don't know, but I'm actually kind of okay with that.
Yeah. It wasn't sensationalized, I guess.
Yeah, I don't mind, to be honest with you.
Yeah. It actually is an interesting point, but I mean, had it gone any other way, we never would have heard anything about it, right? Which is my point.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Weird,
I'm okay
though, right?
with it, but I don't know why, but
Yeah, and apparently the Pope says that it's abhorrent and it's the devil's work.
well, it is abhorrent.
Right.
But just
Don't blame it on the devil.
well, I guess you're just going to have to
They are on brand, though.
So there was a comment, and I try again. Don't read the comments. Don't comment on the comments. But somebody had written, this is why you should just let priests marry.
Oh, my God.
And my comment to that was, yes, because only non-married people commit such...
Are pedophiles.
or pedophiles or create sexual assaults.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're, they weren't trying to be idiots. I'm sure they were, their comment was from a quote unquote, like a good place, right? But I was like, give your head a shake, dude. Come on.
I thought you did a little bit of research on this and you went to Wikipedia and you looked up how many.
Well, it wasn't how many. I just looked up Catholic Church sexual assaults on Wikipedia, and it was just, the article was so long. I was just like, I don't have the time to read this.
Man.
It is a disaster.
Oh, yeah.
Just stop. Just drain the, I don't want to say drain the swamp, because I think of, I'm trying to. Just stop.
Spotlight. If you haven't watched that movie, watch the movie Spotlight. That is
Such a good
amazing.
movie.
Yeah. I'll put a link, but you should get it. I bought it on iTunes.
I am not a religious person, but and I know that some people are like, well, you can be, religion is just, there are religious people who are good, and there are religious people who are bad.
Right. There's non-religious people who are good. There's non-religious people who are bad.
Through all religions, and all atheists, and all agnostic people. And, it's all over the world. And whatever you believe, not my business.
Flying spaghetti monsters.
Don't
Totally cool.
murder people. Don't assault people. But this is an epidemic through the Catholic.
Oh, yeah. It's shocking that we're here in 2019 and this is still a thing.
It was shocking in the 1600s too. I can't even,
No, I know. It's just, it's bizarre. So there you go. But
Let's start.
They're tax exempt. We should start our own religion. Dropbear and Pandism.
We just don't be mean to people.
Right, that's our platform.
Weird.
We're on message all the time.
Yep.
Have fun, join our church.
Which is funny because I'm pretty sure that all religions are supposed to spout that, but we actually do it.
Yep.
We're going to get letters. We always say that, but we never do.
Yeah, we never do. But you can send them to info@dropbearandpanda.tv if you feel so inclined. Or if you want, you can send it to dropbear@dropbearandpanda.tv. Or if you'd like to communicate with Panda, you could send it to panda@dropbearandpanda.tv.
Does Newton have his own email?
I will make him one this afternoon.
So how are you going to save the world this week?
I'm going to save the world by setting up our brand new microphones and cloud lifter for the next Dropbear and Panda podcast. So you will have even better, higher quality podcasts from Dropbear and Panda. And I'm going to look into setting up a Dropbear and Panda religion.
So when you lift the cloud, can you make sure that there's no snow in it?
Yes. And I'm going to make Newton an email address.
Newton actually already has one. Because he has to have one in order to have his Facebook account.
Oh.
It's just not via Dropbear and Panda.
Yeah, interesting.
He never checks it.
Wonder
He
what's in
checks
there.
his Facebook, though.
Yeah, you can find Newton McLean on Facebook.
Yes, you can. He has his own Facebook account. He writes poetry. He keeps getting notifications about this potential book deal that he might have. But that is to be discussed at a later time.
How are you going to save the world this week, Panda?
Well, I have Monday off.
What do you call those days off?
Fuck Mondays. I had too much vacation time and I had to use a bunch of it up. So I am going to hide from the world mostly. I'm tired.
Stay under a blanket.
This winter is kicking my ass.
Yeah, it's brutal.
My head hurts, my body hurts, my soul hurts.
So what are you going to do to save the world?
I'm going to help you with Red Dead Redemption. There is an art exhibit that I am going to audition for.
Oh, yeah, right.
Which I think 1 billion people are auditioning for. So I will not assume that I even have a chance.
Yep.
But I'm going to work on that on Monday, I think.
Nice. I'm auditioning for the same thing. I will work with you.
There we go. So that's kind of still a co-save.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh.
I will duct tape the mirror back to my car.
I will fix the mirror on your car.
So all my saves actually are all you.
Oh, okay. You can. Oh, baby.
I will hide under a blanket this weekend. Cool.
I've been Dropbear.
I'm Panda.
Come on, bring it back. We got this. We got some Vietnamese food that just arrived.
I am Panda, mofos.
I'm Dropbear.
And we
Save
the world. Okay, Google. See you later.
See you later, alligator.
This podcast was recorded at the Dropbear and Panda Kensington studio.
Special thanks to Emre Cords for the kick-ass theme music.
Don't forget to subscribe.
It's Dropbear and Panda, yeah. Dropbear and Panda, yeah. Dropbear and Panda, coming at you, Panda. Coming at you like a locomotive on a motherfucking bender. Yeah, I my coat on, now my chap, follow me. Yeah, with Michael Doggies, yeah, you be checking on the flow, yo. Checking flow, but you was quick, you can't pick my medical ranges, angles, tangles. You get tangled, twisted side effects, child should be. Can't compete with the owls that devour. Yeah, with the owls that devour, yeah. Yeah, it's a Dropbear and Panda, coming at you right now. Dropbear and Panda, coming at you right now. Dropbear and Panda, coming at you right now. It's like a locomotive blowing out to my love chopper. Dropbear and Panda, coming at you right now. It's like a locomotive blowing out to my love chopper. Dropbear and Panda.